Madcap Toys fans, you're back in the Toy Barn / Christmas Cottage. I hope you guys are doing fantastic and having a wonderful midweek. But before we begin, if you haven't already, what are you doing? Subscribe to the Madcap Toys family. We want you to be a part of us. Also, make sure you hit the bell. Go ahead and do it for all notifications, because each and every time we upload content, of course, you're going to be the first to know in comments. You know we love them, so just keep them coming. I just wanted to reach out to you guys right now midweek just to kind of talk about numbers and things and how things are going on eBay at this moment and all of that. And basically, there's resales across the board. Right now for us, right as I speak, it is like about 8 o'clock at night or past that. Busy day. I know it's weird because my busyness is supposed to be done, but it did pick up. I had some phone calls today and had to deal with those kind of things and special election things with that. So it took the day up where I couldn't really list or do anything to help Daren out. So by the time I got that done, by the time I packed what we had needed packed to ship out tomorrow, it got late. So, and I had to find 2 pieces of media that isn't skewed yet as far as a custom SKU. So it took me probably got a good 30 minutes to find, but we are getting that under control more and more as we do the refresh on the barn. So it is what it is until it gets done. But we're working towards that. So Daren's been doing that, and I do that when I have a chance. So we're going to talk a little bit today about numbers, like I said, about how things are going as of right now with reselling in general. First of all, over the weekend, let's talk about over the weekend, shall we? Over the weekend, we had it going on pretty good. We had mass sales both on eBay, eBay Madcap Toys, if you want to call it, and then eBay Madcap Toys Plus. Did very good, as well as Poshmark, as well as Mercari. Just doing good. And the fact of not just having the big toys like we talked about in the last video, but even action figures, clothing, media, tangible things that people want to put under the Christmas tree. Another thing, people have been buying Christmas records as well. And I think I mentioned one, the Mormon Tabernacle, I think it was, on Monday's video. So lots of different things of that nature. As of the last day since we got that out, as a matter of fact, we did so well, I had to take not 1, but 2 trips in one day to the post office, and I had to have Daren help me because the SUV was full, and it was wonderful. So we were very tired on Monday. But the last 24 hours or so, we've been making sales, but it seems to be the type is more in between like coin collectibles, in between like regular CD, DVD media. We did have one Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle toy. Nothing too drastic. We also had a snow broom sell, etc., and a couple of things. So it's kind of lacked off in the last 24 hours a little bit, and it seems like people are gearing more towards like norm things to buy. That doesn't mean that it may pick up a little bit more as the week progresses or by early next week on Christmas items. Now, I know everybody, and I mean buyers and us sellers too, right? We're concerned about the post office and UPS getting things arrived on time. I can tell you this, I ordered it wasn't a large Amazon order, but it was like, maybe 4 or 5 items, but there were, Christmassy stuff. And it's still not here yet. And of course, they sent me a email, I think it was yesterday, that it's not going to be here till the 15th, which is fine. Still 10 days before Christmas. It doesn't bother me. But it seems like it's taking more and more time to get there, to arrive, so to speak, from the postal service, etc. And if you were a reseller last year and the year before, as well as I do, we're all on pins and needles when it comes to, things arriving, even if the buyer, bought it in a week or maybe even 2 weeks, when we still see shipped instead of delivered. It freaks us out a little bit, right? Because we did our due diligence. We shipped it next day or in 2 days. And it's, it's still in the, zone. And, there's a lot of buyers out there that really don't understand how it works during the holidays. They may be their first time ordering online or something, or they're not used to ordering online and they forget. So they don't really realize that this happens at this time of year during fourth quarter, during the, these first few weeks. The rest of us kind of sort of do. So we know how to kind of, order for our families just like that in a different way. But for them, they don't always do it all the time. So they're not really sure about how that works. So a lot of times they do say, hey, I'm still waiting on it. My tracking number shows that it says still arriving on time, but it's still in another state. I don't understand. And we have to, take care of that by responding to them and letting them know, what's going on and where it's at. And then you still get less than 1%. You might get 1 or 2 people that right at 2 days before Christmas, somebody will order something and then write the actual, hey, will this be here by Christmas Day? And we all know that's not going to happen. It's just because that's the way it is. It's going to take time with all of that. By the way, I got a Christmas card today from a client that we live in the same state. She doesn't live very far from me. That it took 4+ days for it to arrive, time-stamped and to me is crazy. So even with stuff like that, envelopes, Christmas cards, all of that, it's taking a while because of the holidays, but also most importantly, the distribution hubs that you remember last year that they had a slow up and all of these things happening. That's what's happening. So that's what's making that do that. So with all that being said, I think that's why buyers are kind of like slowing up. Maybe they've bought all they can. They've already purchased it all up and they're ready to slow down, ready to get the food going, the grocery shopping in, focusing on that and focusing on future parties within the next 1 to 2 weeks and more. So that could be it. Or it was one of those days it was slow and kapow, maybe by tomorrow or the next day or even by this coming weekend, it'll ramp up. I don't know. It's always something that we just can never, ever fortune tell, so to speak, right? But yeah, so I'm still excited. I packed up that really quick and everything. So I think, like I said, I think there seems to be some kind of a like a breathe thing. And what is really cool, and Daren and I talked about it tonight before I came up here, before in his little collection room. Also too, and you guys probably see this too, even in the toy industry behind me, or even in other things as well, other types of genres, what happens to us is usually the week of Christmas, it will start to slow down to a stop almost, except for if it's important things, right? And then right when you're celebrating Christmas Eve night and Christmas Day, that's when we get hit with sales, right? Everybody, got a text. Everybody is having, Christmas fun. Maybe they already opened up their gifts. They're excited. They maybe even received gift cards under the tree or on the tree. Or they got something they just didn't like from like Walmart, Target, etc. And they return it. They get money back. And then they're like, you know what? I'm going to get on eBay and see what I really want. And then they do it that way. So on late Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, Christmas night, Daren and I, once the kids and grandkids are gone, we look and go, oh my goodness, we've got this many orders. And it's awesome. And usually in between the day or the day after Christmas and New Year's, it's a slow steady, but then all of a sudden in January after New Year's Day, it picks up because again, people are spending their gift cards, money that they got in. They may have had other Christmas celebrations to go to, so it kind of kept them quiet a little bit. So we don't always, hem and haw and go, oh, no, that, it's over with, because usually it picks up and then people start getting taxes. So if they file taxes and they do get refunds, that's the time that they usually start, buying those collectibles and things they like on eBay, especially coins and things like we sell, or vintage toys that we sell, anything like that. It may not be the kid Christmassy toys that they buy. It's more like the more female, male collector items that they like or what have you. So, or even a lot of media and different things. So that's what they usually use it for. So we don't get too down and out during the holiday season. And what I like is a lot of people even focus on the future holidays as well. Again, I've said it even in the last video. I have been selling in the last 4 weeks St. Patrick's Day items. I have been selling, you know, all kinds of stuff. I still sold Halloween, like I said in the last video, in Thanksgiving time, Halloween stuff. So you just never know. Everybody's ramped up to the next thing and to the next thing. Who knows? Maybe in a week or two, I'll be selling some Easter stuff. We have Easter decor, etc. You just never know. So it's always a catch-22, right? It's always fun and cool when you see something that even people are starting to focus on. And think, in maybe about 4 months or more, when it starts, you know, maybe in early spring, March, April, because it comes like that. I've even told Daren that it just, after Christmas, it's like boom, boom, boom. It just comes right through. People will be focused on buying Christmas again, so you just never know. So let's look at some numbers real quick before I rattle my brain out here on stuff. Like I had said, that's my son. If you ever watch gaming videos, go to Boulder Strike Gaming, amazing channel. My son has a gaming channel, and also too, you may or may not know this, Daren has a gaming channel as well called Cycling Omnivore channel. I'll put the spelling on it as well. So if you watch gaming, you can see him play with other players, maybe a son or two of mine or other friends. They do gaming too. So if you're into gaming, check out those channels on YouTube. You'll be glad you did. Let's get to the numbers. And I'll post them for you so you can actually see. So for Madcap Toys, as of right now, and I'm filming this on Tuesday, December 9th, we are up 2.6% over the last 31 days. So we're in the green. Daren had been struggling a little bit in the red with that, because to be honest with you, it wasn't the amount or not selling enough. Daren actually did really, really awesome. I say Daren, but we both have and own and have the same names on the 2 eBay stores. So I'm just telling you, he takes care of the big one. I take care of the smaller, the newer one. Let's put it that way. But he had a lot of coin sales, like big dollar coin sales. If you can remember, you might have heard of it, and Daren, when he did the lives and stuff. We had a platinum coin sell over about a month ago. We had gold sell. We had a couple gold pieces go out. We had silver eagles sell. And so that adds up pretty quickly. So being in the green 2.6% compared to last month is pretty darn good. That means that we're selling quite a bit on that site. And we give thanks to not just the holiday season, but the fact, again, that we're doing that refresh, because it is helping. Now, as of today, I sold an item on Poshmark that was on the back wall. 33 items from the back wall since the refresh, and we're not even done with the back wall yet officially. So it is selling older items, we call new old stock, and we're really excited about it because, of course, all of us as resellers want to sell something still good, make a lot of profit, but we want to move things along so we have space to get more and more, you know, bargains and deals when we can. So we love that. That's the greatest thing about it. So that is good. And then Madcap Toys Plus, let's look at mine here. I call it mine. Again, we share. So I have the old one in my name, and because we started the old one since December 27th, 2000. So can you imagine by the end of the month on the 27th, we will be doing this, being resellers on eBay for 26 years. It's amazing. Still amazing to me how we started. If you've never heard the story, if you're new to the channel, I have the video talking about how we started eBay. So watch that. It's fun and it's cool, because if you are not an eBay reseller or a reseller at all and you're looking to do it, it'll kind of give you some inspiration. And what we had done, this was way back in 2000. So long time ago, when eBay looked a whole lot and did things a lot different than they do today, for sure. So let's look at Madcap Toys Plus. I'm wishing that Macari and they don't really do a lot of summaries or overviews, and Poshmark does it a little bit, but it's kind of off. And I don't honestly, and I've said it before, I list very rarely on Poshmark. I still have over 1,000 items on Poshmark, but I don't really do very much on it, which I need to get back now that things are kind of smoothing out with my day job. I need to start doing that to try to get the sales up on that. So with Madcap Toys Plus, over the last 31 days, she's up 25.7%. Not too bad, but she's not making as much money per month as the regular eBay store, and that's because, again, I had lacked quite a bit during the last couple of weeks, or not couple weeks, couple months with the day job. And I'm only at currently, as of today, active listings on that store, 3,954. So not as much. So again, it makes sense that the regular Madcap Toys is doing much better at over 12,000 items. It just makes perfect sense. But the good news that I've been seeing, guys, is that I haven't had, now today I've sucked because I haven't listed yet. And I'm going to try to list before midnight tonight after I get off the video. But I had a $0 day today. But I hadn't had a 0 day, which is good for me, since November 28th. So every day I have made consistent sales up until today. And pretty good sales for this site. So I cannot complain. And I forgot to add this, I have a conversion rate. Of course, we all do. My conversion rate, sales conversion rate on this particular store, the new store, is 2.2%, which is pretty good. It's still the new store though. And of course, it's going to outdo, the regular Madcap Toys sales conversion rate a little bit because of, again, he's got over 12,000 items on it. Even though it's consistent, we try to do end and sell similar refresh on them as much as we can. We're also refreshing the store as much as we can when we can get a chance. But it's still going to be to where you're going to have a bunch of listings, thousands of listings that still need a little tweaking. And that's what we are working on currently. So his particular sales conversion rate, let me look real quick since you're with me right now. Log out here. It's harder to do this on the phone, I've noticed. I am not an app girl. I am Generation X, and you probably can tell if you're younger than me. And I still love the desktop view, especially with shipping labels. Lately, they have been, when I do shipping like tonight, they have been showing me this new app thing with the shipping where it's in little boxes and you have to go to the box and fix it. And it's tedious to me. I like where they call it the eBay advanced shipping, where it's the old way. It shows the weight, the amounts you put in and the drop down, the whole thing that you know about. I like the old way so much easier. And so lately I have been going back to what they call advanced shipping because I like the desktop version so much better. I know eventually in time they'll probably make us do the app version across the board, but I'm spoiled brat. I like to have it the way. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? That's me. If it's not broke, do not fix it. I like it just the way it is. I'm fine with it. It's the same with these little perks when they work on the site and they got a little rainbow thing when you submit something here and there, or this little red thing or a star. I don't care about that stuff. All I want to do is make money, right? Just like y'all. We just want to make money. We just want to get through it. We just want to make sales. That's all we care about. And that's fine. If it doesn't disrupt that, you can play with the website all you want if it doesn't disrupt our sales, right? Let me know in the comments below if you're yay or nay. And that's okay either way. All right, so sales conversion rate for the regular Madcap Toys is, and his is on the other side. See, his overview dashboard is different than mine because mine is a newer one, and I am on the basic store and he is on the premium. So let's look here. You have to go down a little bit. So he's 1.5%. So he's up 0.3%. So like I said, It isn't because he's doing anything different, but he has over 12,000 listings that we need to keep up and refreshed and in the face and all this stuff that we all have to do. Where I only have less than 4,000, it's easier to kind of keep that renewed as much as possible because it's the store is only like not even a year and a half yet. So that's the numbers there. Like I said, I was going to do a what sold today, but time flew away, of course, right? Holidays are peaking. Daren's getting some food shipped in for Christmas. We've got our Christmas tree all beautiful. I hope you saw the short. If not, I will do more shorts on it or perhaps maybe a video on it because I know there's some people out there that do enjoy it. And just the Christmas stuff and doing our jobs too. So it's all about there, but we are happy. We're excited. And I sent out some Christmas cards, actual paper ones today, you know, the ones that we used to do in the old days, in the 80s, 90s. And I received a couple today, which I just went gaga over. I just love the old-fashioned way to do it. So I'm excited doing those kind of things. And Daren and I sat down late last night, got in our holiday pajamas, and we watched a couple of Christmas movies. We are now at 7 Christmas movies now that we have watched for this season. So they were enjoyable. We picked them out. They were really, really good. So we're not going to be, you know how you usually see and watch the movies like The Christmas Story, Home Alone, stuff like that. We've watched them, it seems like a million times, even though it wasn't a million, but we've watched them so much. We wanted to start enjoying ones that are new and out there that we haven't seen, and we've come up with some pretty good ones. So if you ever get on your YouTube channel, kind of look for them. They actually have full movies on there here and there, and also on any subscription apps that you may have as well. So I know it's getting late. I'm going to go take a bath and hopefully try to get a few listings on before the AM, because we got to get some of these packages out in the morning, and Darren will be doing some listing again, and I'm going to try to after I get some stuff done at the day job. But you guys have been super fantastic, and until next time, bye-bye.